everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to talk about some statistics, I'm going to talk about the books I've read so far, so I'm going to do a mid-year book tag. I found these questions online at videos, on blog posts, so these are not my questions, I just found them online. I'm going to talk first about the statistics. I use the app Storygraph for these statistics. I think this is a really great app if you want to see the different genres you read, the different page count numbers you read during each month. I really like the view, the format better than Goodreads. Goodreads is very nice too, but it's just a little bit outdated, I think, and I think a lot of people think that too. So if you're looking for a new app site to track your books, I really recommend using Storygraph. So far I've read 21 books out of my 30 books reading goal, so I'm really doing great, I think. I think this is the most books I've read so far since I started reading so soon going into the year. Then I also wanted to do like a page count goal for me for myself this year, and the page count was 10,000 pages, and I'm already in 8,015 pages, so that's really good. So I'm 8 books ahead on schedule, so I'm doing a good job, I think. And I'm 3,671 pages ahead of schedule. So I'm on schedule. I really like that. So that's really comforting to know. I'm looking down because my laptop is here, so I can see all the statistics because I don't know them just out of my head. So just so you know. So I will put the graphs also in the video so you also can see them. So first I'm going to talk about the moods I've read so far. The most read mood is emotional. It's like, I can't see how many, it's all 13 books. Then I have adventures that are 8 books, and 5 books are with mood tense. So those 3 are my most read moods of the year so far. Then for the pace, I've read like 16 books are medium paced, 1 is slow paced, and 3 are fast paced. Then for the page numbers, I mostly read books between 300 and 499 pages. I did read 4 non-fiction books this year so far, so really good. And I've read 17 fiction books. Then my most read genres are fantasy, romance, and young adults. I mostly read my physical books, and then digital versions, and also the audiobooks. So I think there are some nice statistics to know. For the reading goals, so yes, I wanted to read 30 books this year, and I'm really ahead of schedule with that, so that's nice to know. I do wanted to read I think 3 books that are non-fiction, and I've already read like, how many did I say? 4, so I can check that off my list, so really props on myself. Then for other reading goals, I just wanted to try out new genres, and I really did that. I mostly read romance books last year, and generally I'm a romance girly by heart, but I'm now really trying to get into the fantasy more, also into thrillers. I've not read a lot of thrillers yet, but I really want to get into that more, and also want to get more into literary fiction. So far it's going well, I think, with my reading goals. Then for my best reading month so far was, because you also can see that, I think that's really cool to see. You can see the books read in each month and the pages read in each month. So far March was my best month yet. I've read 6 books in that month and 1,605 pages. So really good month if you ask me. Then onto the more questions about the books I've read so far. So the first question is the most disappointed book I've read so far. I was looking to the books I've read so far, and I was really thinking, which one disappointed me the most? And that book is maybe for some people more like a surprise, but yeah, so the book I'm talking about is Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. It's the second book in the Empyrean series. What I thought about it was, it's a really thick book, first of all, and I think it could have been way shorter. I gave it 3.75 stars. I did like it, but it was a little bit too slow for me. It was just like, it could have gone quicker. I think it's a good book. I still like it. I will read the next one, but it disappointed me a little bit because I did really like Iron, Fourth Wing, I'm sorry. So I'm really interested to see what she's going to do with the next book, because if it's still going to be this thick, I don't know if I'm going to read it or continue reading this series. Then for the next question is favorite book so far. I didn't have a lot of 5 stars so far in the year, which was really sad to concern me because I did read a lot of books. But my first 5-star of the year was Chicken Made by Ellie Hazelwood. Ellie Hazelwood is one of my favorite authors. I really love her writing. I love her books. This is her debut YA novel. It's about Mallory, and she is done with chess. She doesn't want to play it anymore, but then she just gets back into it and she meets someone, a guy named Nolan. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at remembering all the names of the books I've read, the characters in it, and they get to know each other. Nolan still is into chess and he really is on a big level. I really liked it. It's a really interesting and real story. The things she covers in this, I think it's really well done. I also play chess, not that much anymore, but I used to play chess sometimes with my boyfriend, and it really was nice to see and read about it. So definitely recommend. I think it's also a very good debut YA novel, and I really love the cover also, like it's so cute. So yeah, I think this is a really good book and so far one of my favorites. But that's not the only one. I started reading the Throne of Glass series, as you may know or not. I really love it. I'm really enjoying the series as well. I'm now reading the last book. I just finished a tandem read. Let me tell you, if you haven't read the series already, I really recommend tandeming reading Throne of Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms. These 2 books, they take place in the same time, I think you can say. So you just switch between these two. It went really well for me. I see a lot of people tabbing the books to see when they need to change. I just did it with a paper in my hand and see, oh, I have to read until that chapter and then change. But I think you can choose whatever you'd want. But so far, really good series. One of my favorites also from the year so far, so really happy with that. Then the newest release, I haven't read it, but really want to read. No surprise for you, that's going to be Funny Story by Emily Henry. Obviously, it's on my summer TBR, so I really hope to get into it this summer. But also Not in Love by Ellie Hazelwood, also one of my favorite authors. She's releasing it this month, I think in June. Also really excited, another STEM romance by her. It can be bad. I just can't. So really excited for that too. Then the most anticipated releases that are coming in the second half of the year. I could think of one just out of my head, and that is the second book in the Better Than the Movies by Elaine Pinter series, duology, I don't know what's going to be. And that is called Nothing Like the Movies. I will put a picture here so you can see what it looks like. Really love this book. I gave it 5 stars. It's a really quick and easy YA romance book. If you like rom-com movies, this book is for you. It's literally a rom-com movie in a book. So read this if you want to read about rom-com movies. Also, the cover is so pretty with all the people on it. They also represent like rom-com movies. I can't think of the names at the moment, but maybe you do. So really excited to read the sequel. Also very scared, because is she going to hurt us or not? I hope not, because I'm going to be sad if she does. Then on to the next, and that is the biggest surprise I've read of books so far. And I must say that are the Throne of Glass series so far. I was a little bit scared going into it because there are a lot of books and they get thicker and thicker by going into it more and more. But I really like it. I may see it's maybe difficult for you if you really get into reading first. So I would recommend reading other series like maybe the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros. These books read really fast and they are easy to read and understand also for the world building. So I think if you want to get into fantasy, this series might not be it, but you can try. Everyone's own choice. Then, new author. I haven't read that many authors. I don't know if Sarah J. Maas is going to be my favorite, but I really love, let me tell you. But I do know she's like controversial, so yeah. But I think one of my new favorite authors, I'm looking for the book that I don't have it with me, and that is Amy Tintera. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I read this book last month in April, I think. I think it's also her debut novel, and I really loved it. It's a really good book. It's Listen for the Lie. It's about a girl who allegedly murdered her best friend, and she doesn't remember anything of the night. And it was so good. You get to know the whole story, the whole picture of that night, along with the main character, who is the suspected murderer. So I think that's really nice. And there also comes a podcast in. So there's a podcaster named Ben, I think. Looking for it. It's not on here, but I think his name is Ben. Yeah, it's Ben Owens. It's Ben. And he wants to solve this murder because he solved a previous murder, a cold case, and he really wants to solve this one too. So he goes into it, and you switch between POVs. Well, not really POVs, but you switch between Lucy, her POV, and the podcast. So I think that's really nice and really quick to see and to read. There are very short chapters also, and the text is really big too. So really quick, really nice read. Really excited to read more of her because this was 5 stars for me. So yes. Then the most beautiful book I bought. One book I bought myself, and that is Funny Story. Obviously, sorry for showing it that much. I just really love the cover. It's in the spine as well. It's so pretty. I mean, look at it. So simple, but so pretty. Then another book I've not bought it myself. I've got it as a gift for Christmas from my boyfriend, and that is Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I think it's really beautiful. It's a hardcover. I mean, it's really big also, and the spine on the is also very pretty. Haven't read this yet, but really do want to. It's on my 12 books to read for 2024. So really hope to get into it. Never read it. A book by Cassandra Clare before, but really excited to read this one. Then I'm going to now talk about the goals I have for the next few months of 2024. So I have a couple of goals. I really do want to read more Dutch books because I normally speak Dutch. I'm from Belgium. And I don't really love Dutch books, but I really want to get into. I have one here with me, which I really want to read. And that is It Smelled by Lise Spitz. This book was also turned into a movie, I think last year. Really good reviews about the movie. So I really want to read the book first before I watch the movie. So really want to read this. It's really on my radar. And also because I want to read more Dutch books. Then I also have another goal of mine. I really want to read more classics. I have 4 classics. I have Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, 1984 and Animal Farm. I need to read one of those books. I just really want to read one. I love reading, and I think it's my responsibility to just read a classic novel once in my life. I just have to. Then another reading goal of mine, to read a book. It's a book you've probably seen already. It's really controversial. A lot of people loved it, but a lot of people didn't like it. And that book is none other than His Other Life by Hanya. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, I'm sorry. I don't even know where to begin. I really want to read this, but I'm also very scared to read this for different reasons. First of all, it's very big. It's a very big, thick book. It's like 700 pages. I know Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas is like 900 pages, almost 1000 pages. But the letters are so tiny. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. And then the other reason, I think the reason I'm putting it off the most is because it's really devastating story. I've seen a lot of people cry about it. A lot of people recommending not to read it because it's so heavy. A lot of trigger warnings you have to read. I've looked them up and there are a lot. If you haven't, look it up because there are a lot of trigger warnings in this book. So I really want to be in a happy place if I read this. I am in a happy place, don't get me wrong. But I'm a little bit scared it's going to put me in a not happy place and I don't want that. But I also really want to read this book because I think it's going to be classic ones. I also saw a video of Jack Outwards, I think this week. He also said it's going to be a classic probably in the future, and I think that as well. So I really want to read it before it becomes a classic, you know. But I'm scared. I hope I get into it in the next few months, but we'll see. I'm not going to force myself to read this, but I really want to try it. And that was it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below which book was your favorite of the year so far, and maybe I will get some recommendations from it. And you guys also get some recommendations from that. Enjoy your weekend and I hope you liked it. Bye and see you soon.